Bailey Zappe to emergency quarterback 3, and just what would happen to Shedeur? Where would he be?
He'd just be inactive.
Okay. If that's the plan, then just let the kid go. Or are you trying to still make money off his jersey? Do you see him as a football player, or do you see him as a marketing tool? That's what you need to decide. Because the people that want to see him football are getting really frustrated.
Shedeur Sanders is back in the headlines, and this time it's because Bailey Zappe is making noise as the fourth quarterback on the roster. Rizzo didn't hold back, openly blasting Cleveland for even signing Zappe when they already had 3 quarterbacks in place. If it's just for a safe backup, fine. But if the Browns are really thinking about putting him ahead of Shedeur Sanders, that's a whole different story. Rizzo even went as far as saying Cleveland should straight up release Sanders if that's what they plan to do.
Bailey Zappe to emergency quarterback 3, and just what would happen to Shedeur? Where would he be?
He'd just be inactive.
Okay. If that's the plan, then just let the kid go. Or are you trying to still make money off his jersey? Do you see him as a football player?
Rizzo didn't stop there. He went all in, claiming it looks like someone in Cleveland's management simply doesn't believe Shedeur Sanders is their guy. They're not convinced he's doing enough to lock down the spot. He even pointed out that drafting Dillon Gabriel in the 3rd round over Sanders was a bold statement. It feels like the Browns are trying to push Gabriel as the better option. But here's the catch, Rizzo said. The real truth will be exposed when Gabriel actually hits the field this season. That's when we'll find out if Cleveland made a huge mistake or the right call. Rizzo didn't hold back even more, arguing that no matter what, Shedeur Sanders is still the better quarterback compared to Dillon Gabriel. Yet Cleveland is still keeping Gabriel locked in as the backup. Rizzo raised a serious question. If the Browns keep ignoring Shedeur Sanders like this, are they really keeping him just to cash in on ticket sales and jersey money? He made it clear that if they're not going to give him the real opportunity he deserves, then they should stop wasting his time and let him go chase his career somewhere else.
Do you see him as a football player, or do you see him as a marketing tool? That's what you need to decide. Because the people that want to see him football are getting really frustrated.
The Browns' decision to sign Bailey Zappe looks more like a move to stack up depth at quarterback rather than actually searching for a new starter or QB1. On the surface, it seems like a precaution meant to protect them from losing key quarterback spots. But by adding Zappe, Cleveland is clearly keeping its options open while avoiding making a full commitment to either guy. This isn't just about covering for injuries or roster issues. It raises the question of whether the Browns even trust Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel to hold things down all season.
I like the fact that they have him there. I think he'll be good in practice. He'll be good for some of those younger guys in helping them to prepare for a game and whatnot. And he's just...
The Browns brought in Bailey Zappe mainly to support their young quarterbacks during the season. According to Mary Kay Cabot, Zappe's job will be helping prepare the quarterbacks for upcoming games and stepping in if injuries happen. Cabot also pointed out that Zappe could end up being a valuable piece for the team. But this move also sparks talk that Dillon Gabriel might be on the trade block. Reports say several NFL teams are already showing interest in him, especially after the recent trade of Kenny Pickett. With all the focus shifting toward Gabriel, speculation is growing that Shedeur Sanders could be just a few games away from locking down the QB2 spot in the NFL, which could open a huge opportunity for him. Kevin Stefanski made it clear that Shedeur Sanders will be the priority if any opportunity opens up, not Bailey Zappe. He stressed that Sanders is the one who will step in to carry the team if there's an urgent need in the quarterback room. Stefanski's words show that the Browns actually trust Sanders' talent, but at the same time, it raises eyebrows. If they really believe in him this much, why are they still bringing in other quarterbacks? His statement signals that if things go south, Sanders is the go-to guy to rescue the team in crucial moments.
Who will be the emergency quarterback game?
Shedeur. Yeah.
Bailey Zappe's signing may mostly be a support move, especially with all the growing talk about Dillon Gabriel possibly being traded. Mike Florio, a senior NFL analyst, weighed in and said moving Gabriel could put the Browns in a tough spot by shrinking their quarterback competition. But Florio also pointed out a silver lining for Shedeur Sanders, who could use this chance to prove himself and lock in as a real backup. The decision to bring in Zappe makes it look like something big is brewing with Gabriel's future in Cleveland, and the team might be closer to pulling the trigger on a move than they're letting on. Florio further pointed out that with Kenny Pickett's exit, the Browns could be even more open to moving Dillon Gabriel. He explained that Shedeur Sanders, with his massive fan base, is basically untouchable. Trading him would trigger serious backlash from fans. That's why Gabriel looks like the easier trade piece as Cleveland tries to juggle the situation while keeping their supporters happy. In other words, the Browns seem more worried about protecting their image with fans than making the best pure football decision.
All just kind of weird, but this is one of the natural and foreseeable byproducts of drafting him. He comes to town with a built-in fan base. The mouth breathers, as you call them, are in tow. Not that I called them that, but you called them that.
Yeah,
They're there.
Rich Eisen also jumped into the Cleveland drama, saying that if Dillon Gabriel gets traded and Shedeur Sanders moves into the QB2 role, it won't be long before Sanders takes over as the starter later this season. He pointed out that the Zappe signing could be a clear hint that Gabriel is close to being dealt. Eisen believes this shift would finally give Sanders the shot to lock down his spot, and he's confident Sanders is on track to become QB1 before the year is over. The momentum now looks to be swinging heavily in Sanders' favor, putting him in a prime position to take control when the moment arrives.
Dillon Gabriel going to be like second quarter, he's out there because Flacco just needs a minute in the blue tent?
Yeah, that feels likely.
And if it's Shedeur Sanders and he starts balling,
then what?
Everything changes in a bat of an eye.
The Browns' quarterback drama is just heating up, and all eyes are on Shedeur Sanders. Will Cleveland finally give him the chance he deserves, or keep playing politics with the depth chart? This battle could change the future of the franchise, and the fans won't stay silent. Stay tuned, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.